Good evening and welcome to another exciting night here of Hawks baseball down at Athletic Park in beautiful downtown Chaska. Tonight the Hawks are squaring off against the Eden Prairie Eagles, who come into this event 2-0 with victories over crosstown rival Chanhassen as well as Centennial. We do know that Eden Prairie lost several starters last year, so we're getting a look at a fairly new group, and the Hawks are going to counter that new group with Carver Miller on the bump tonight. Carver is going to have his first pitching outing after the Bloomington-Jefferson game was rained out on Wednesday. So we'll look for him to build off the success he had in his junior season, and the Hawks to build off their success with their 1-0 start, led by Nolan Kemp, who threw 5 shutout innings, 12 strikeouts in their opening win against St. Louis Park, the Orioles. Should have a good one here tonight. It's a little chilly. Fans trickling in here a little bit later than usual, but not a lot of wind to deal with, so we should have a nice night. So as we get prepared for this one, we want to start it off with the Rome Team Realty Keys to the Game. The Rome Team Realty Keys to the Game, of course, brought to you by RomeTeamRealEstate.com. Tonight's keys are brought to you by them. If you're looking for keys to a new home, let the Rome Team use their expansive network to find your next home. Go to www.rometeamrealestate to get in touch with Emily or Jan. Key number 1 is keeping up with the momentum. Like I said, they started off out with a 1-0 start over St. Louis Park. And key number 2 is definitely play to your strengths. This Hawks team is built off pitching and strong defense, so let's look to continue that with their one-pitch mentality. So Carver Miller sets and delivers the opening pitch. That's going to catch the outside edge for strike 1 against number 9 for the Eagles. That's Jake Luloff, excuse me. A little chatter from the Eden Prairie dugout. And Miller gets his pitch. Here's the 0-1 delivery. That one misses just low and away. So Miller brings an interesting mix of pitches. He will throw a changeup every once in a while, sticks with mostly a 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, and he will throw a changeup in for strikes as well, or a curveball in for strikes as well. As that fastball misses on the outside edge to Loloff. 2-1 count now. Miller gets his pitch, working quick. And that one catches the outside edge. Loloff didn't like it. Very similar to the opening pitch. Mostly the heater so far here from Carver Miller as he tries to set the tone. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be hit decently to second base. Hanson's there, and Adam Hanson fires over to Benson, and they retire the first batter. Good start here for the Hawks. Joey Flom now digging in for Eden Prairie, the lefty shortstop. Flom's extremely athletic. Miller brings a fastball down the middle. It's going to be hit pretty hard into left field. Nolan Kemp giving chase, settles under it, and makes a nice play. One pitch, one out for the second hitter. Good first inning here for Carver Miller if he can get out of it. Like to keep that pitch count down on cold nights like this. Miller opting to go with no sleeves. Probably right around 34 degrees, 35 degrees at first pitch. So with 2 down, that brings up Aiden Pfeiffer. That one misses outside, sneaks past the catcher. That's Nick Ekstrom tonight catching again. Miller working quick, 1-0 pitch. Fastball is going to get the outside edge. Pfeiffer, the third baseman for the Eagles in the 3-hole. Back in. Carver shakes off Ekstrom, finds his pitch, and delivers. Four-seamer just misses on the outside edge. Good tail to that pitch. Miller's definitely increased his velocity over the offseason, sitting in the high 80s. That one's going to be popped up to shallow center field. Bones giving chase out there, and Hanson makes the play. Good opening inning here. No hits, no errors, no one left on. Carver Miller, good inning. We'll be right back here for the second half of the first on CHBN.
Hi, I'm Emily Rome-Welter of the Rome team with Edina Realty. I'm here today with the Chaska varsity baseball captains because the Rome team is again sponsoring the baseball season. I thought you might want to meet the captains, so let's meet them now.
I'm Nolan Kemp, and I'm a pitcher and outfielder.
My name's Carver Miller, and I'm a pitcher and outfielder.
My name's Henry Bushy, and I'm a shortstop and third baseman.
My name's Drew Benson, and I play first base.
Like the Chaska baseball program, the Rome team is rooted in the community and a tradition of excellence. We wish the team a great season and all the best. Soar Hawks!
We're back here for the bottom half of the first as the Hawks battle against the Eagles here on CHBN. I'm Mike Schmidt, joined by my producer, Brett, as always. Happy to bring you this game. Though it is a little chilly up here in the booth. Brave the weather here as Carver Miller digs in. He's going to be facing Brock Anderson. Brock Anderson, pretty big kid. Likes to run a four-seam fastball on the inside half of the plate. And here's the pitch. Miller hits that one fairly decent to center field. Eden Prairie center fielder Luloff, who grounded out in the first, doesn't have to move a muscle and is able to retire Carver Miller on the first pitch.
Now batting for the Hawks, the third baseman,
So Miller was looking to help himself out there, jumped on a first pitch, didn't quite get it. That brings up Henry Bushy. Bushy starting at third base for the Hawks tonight. You see him a lot there this year as Carver Miller made the move to the outfield when he's not pitching. Here's the 0-0 pitch from Anderson. Curveball in for a strike. Good off-speed pitch. Bushy's heading to UMD next year. Play for the Bulldogs. And fastball's going to miss on the outside edge. Chaska's already faced off against one of the best pitchers in the state in their opening game against St. Louis Park. They took the University of Minnesota commit, bounced him out of the game in the 5th inning, scoring 3. There's a curveball that just barely misses Bushy. Looked like he was ready to wear that one even on this cold night. Curveball from Anderson is a weapon, though. It's definitely got big movement. So 2-1 now. 1 out. Anderson gets his pitch, sets, and delivers. Hit hard in the center field. And that's going to flare in for a single. Good piece of hitting there by Henry Bushy. So that's going to bring up Drew Benson, who's heading to Northern State next year. Dangerous first baseman. Gained a lot of valuable experience last year. So Bushy gets a lead. Let's see how Anderson pitches from the stretch. Anderson sets and delivers. Curveball, strike. I don't know if I like that call. That looked to be about 6 to 7 inches outside, but the ump gave it to him. Benson had a hit in the opening night and an RBI. Bushy takes off on a curveball in for a strike, and Bushy's going to be in, no throw. So there's a steal for Bushy, putting him in scoring position. Still 1 out. 0-2 now to Benson, who is a great 2-strike hitter. He'll shorten up on the bat a little bit. Doesn't mind hitting it to the opposite field if the opportunity arises. Eden Prairie's got a decent-sized shift on right now. That's a fastball that misses outside. 1-2 now. So Anderson taking his time. Still have the shift on. Second baseman playing just behind Bushy with his lead over the top of the diamond. Anderson sets and delivers. Curveball in for strike 3. Curveball's working early for Anderson. So that brings up Dane McNaughton, who's DHing tonight. Adam Hansen, who made that nice play in the first inning, is getting pitch hit for, or DH for, I should say. So let's see if the Hawks can get a 1 in the scoring column here with 2 outs now. Some timely hitting. Anderson sets and delivers. Curveball misses outside. He's got a little delay in his windup. I wonder if that's throwing the Hawks hitters off a little bit. The shift is still on here for McNaughton. McNaughton also heading to Northern next year. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one misses outside as well. 2-0 now. So McNaughton digging in, hoping to give the Hawks the early lead here. Anything in the grass should work. That one's going to be fouled off down the right field line. First baseman giving chase, but it's going to drift out of play. That was Joe Burns. Two and 1 now for McNaughton. Can poke something over to the right side. It should score the run here. Curveball tapped down the left side. It's going to be kicked by the third baseman for Eden Prairie. That was Aiden Pfeiffer. And it looks like Bushy's going to advance on the play as well. Nice job for the Hawks, taking advantage of the slight air for Eden Prairie. Brings up senior captain heading to St. Thomas, University of St. Thomas, excuse me. Nolan Kemp. No started the Hawks season off right. 5 innings, 12 strikeouts. He had a base hit as well. So with runners on the corners, Eden Prairie's catcher, that's Zach Haugen, goes out to call a play just in case we get a double steal. Shift still on for Eden Prairie. Throw over to first, and McNaughton dives back safe. So Anderson in a little mini jam here. He sets and delivers. No one takes off. Curveball gets No to swing and miss there. As I mentioned, that curveball is definitely the weapon that Anderson likes to use. His fastball has gotten touched up a little bit here, but curveball's got big movement. He's been able to throw it for strikes. So 0-1 now to No. Be interesting to see if the Hawks take off here. In the runner goes. Swing and miss. No throw down to second. 0-2 now to No count. We've seen 2 curveballs. But runners now on second and third. No looking to help out his buddy Carver. Get a couple of runs on the board. Eden Prairie sticking with the shift over to the left side. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Another curveball. That one's going to be tapped. No able to stay alive. Little check swing here. Hit him in the box. Big swing here for number 18. Anderson sets. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses wide, and that's going to sneak past the catcher, Hogan. That's a run for the Hawks. The Hawks are on the board. Henry Bushy. So the Hawks take advantage of 2 Eden Prairie errors here early and get on the board. Take the 1-0 lead. Cold nights, it's always nice to get an early start. If you can get ahead a little bit, sometimes the other team quits. They just want to go home. So Anderson looking to recover here. 1-2 pitch. Safe, no. Curveball to the dirt. They say No kept held off on the swing. 2-2 now to 18. So 2-2 pitch here to Nolan Kemp. He's seen 4 curveballs already. There's 3 curveballs in this at bat. There's another one just barely held on to by Hogan. Hogan telling Anderson to settle down a little bit. We got a full count now to Nolan Kemp. So 3-2, 2 outs. Anderson sets. And here's the pitch. Curveball swung and missed. No Kemp unable to add to the total, but the Hawks do take the 1-0 lead here on CHBN. We'll be right back for the top half of the second.
Bank Vista has hit it out of the park while helping small businesses. Bank Vista is honored to share they have been named Minnesota SBA Leader of the Year for 5 years running. In those 5 years, they have helped hundreds of businesses, resulting in thousands of local jobs and economic growth. Bank smart, bank local, Bank Vista. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Schramm House overlooks downtown Chaska and Athletic Park with a variety of indoor and outdoor seating with food and drink. Stop by before or after the game. They have an on-site kitchen with pizzas, Bavarian pretzels, and other delicious food. They're also the perfect venue for your next business or family event. That's Schramm House in Chaska.
We're back here on CHBN for the top half of the second inning. Chaska carries a 1-0 lead into the second with one hit in the first and a couple unforced errors by Eden Prairie. They're able to tack on a run by a pass ball. There's Henry Bushy getting the Hawks on the board. Carver Miller back out here for the second, working quickly. He missed on his first pitch, and that one sent high to Nolan Kemp out in left field. He settled under it and makes the one-handed grab. Fires it in, so Nolan Kemp still working with a clean slate here, including 3 fly ball outs. And that was Robelski that was retired, the left fielder for Eden Prairie, Tyler. It's going to bring up Jack Nicholas. Miller gets his pitch, working quick again. A little off-speed stuff on the outside edge. Gets a swing and miss from Nicholas. Concessions are open here. Grandstand starting to fill up a little bit as Carver Miller catches the outside edge with a fastball. 0-2 now to Nicholas. Chaska playing much more traditional baseball, traditional defense here than Eden Prairie. Not too many shifts you see from the Hawks as that four-seamer runs inside. 1-2, nice setup pitch there by Carver Miller. Something you notice early in the year, whether it's Miller, whether it's Nolan Kemp, or the other pitchers on this roster, they do have good command of the mound. They work at their pace. They use all sides of the field as we get a little goofy situation there. Swing at that last pitch, and fortunately it looks like it might have hit Nicholas as he cut through it. Looks like it's going to be ruled a foul ball here. Might have touched the bat. Nicholas seems to be okay. And so that will be ruled a foul ball. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Nicholas throws the bat at it. Grounds it over to Hansen. Hansen fields it cleanly over to Benson, and 2 outs already quickly here for the Hawks in the second.
The first baseman, number 18, Joe Burns.
So it's going to bring up number 18, Joe Burns for Eden Prairie, the first baseman. No strikeouts here so far for the Hawks, but nothing hit off Carver Miller hard either. Here's the 0-0 pitch to Burns. Another tapper, that one's going to get foul. Two flyouts to left, 2 groundouts to second, a flyout to center for Eden Prairie so far. This is the 0-1 pitch for Carver Miller. That one's hit hard up the middle, and it's going to, nice play by Hansen as he fields it from his knees. He throws it over, and he's unable to get the throw. Nice play by Hansen, though, to keep it in the infield. Diving stab. Wasn't able to get recovered enough to make a strong enough throw to retire Burns, but nice play regardless. So that's going to be the first hit of the night for Eden Prairie. And that brings up Cade Hutchinson, the right fielder. Miller now working from the stretch. Continues his aggressive pace. Fastball inside. And that's Bushy's unable to handle it. He tries to fire it over late to first. Benson makes a nice scoop to keep it in front of him. They're unable to get the runner, but no harm, no foul there as Benson was able to knock down the errant throw. So back-to-back singles here for Eden Prairie. They got first and second with 2 down. Hopefully the Hawks can get out of here.
Number 1, Zach Haugen.
Brings up Zach Haugen. Haugen catching for Eden Prairie. He's been busy. Lots of work behind the dish for Eden Prairie so far, including one pass ball. Wasn't necessarily his fault. I'd probably rule it a wild pitch. That got the Hawks on the board in the first. So 2 on, 2 outs. Carver Miller sets and delivers. Fastball misses outside. So Miller taking his time now. Peeks over at second, gets his pitch. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses just up in the zone. Miller thought he had it. 2-0 now. As I mentioned, Eden Prairie is 2-0 coming into this game. They did beat Chan 2-0 earlier this year. There's a fastball for Miller. The bottom half of the plate outside edge. Good pitch. Two and one. 2 down. Burns at second. Hutchinson at first. Fastball, that's going to be flared out to left field. Nolan Kemp calls for it, and he's got it. Makes a one-handed grab. And like I said, no harm, no foul there as Miller works his way out of a little mini jam, and the Hawks will be back for the bottom half of the second, looking to extend their lead. Chaska leading 1-0.
Hi, I'm Emily Rome-Welter of the Rome team with Edina Realty. I'm here today with the Chaska varsity baseball captains because the Rome team is again sponsoring the baseball season. I thought you might want to meet the captains, so let's meet them now.
I'm Nolan Kemp, and I'm a pitcher and outfielder.
My name's Carver Miller, and I'm a pitcher and outfielder.
My name's Henry Bushy, and I'm a shortstop and third baseman.
My name's Drew Benson, and I play first base.
Like the Chaska baseball program, the Rome team is rooted in the community and a tradition of excellence. We wish the team a great season and all the best. Soar Hawks!
We're back here on CHBN for the bottom half of the second inning. Chaska still leading 1-0 on one hit. Each team has an error. Eden Prairie unable to score with runners on first and second last inning, as Carver Miller was able to pitch his way out of it. Zach Anderson back on the bump here for the Eagles. Sets and delivers to Maddox Foss. That's going to miss low and away. Foss is one of the young, exciting players here for the Hawks. He also plays basketball. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to miss up and away. Strike zone seems to be tightening up a little bit now. 2 fastballs so far from Anderson. We saw him working the curveball quite a bit in the first. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes there now. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Foss. And that one, fastball, four-seamer, misses low and sneaks away from Hagen, the catcher. I would assume Foss has the take sign here, but we'll see. He's one of the few guys that gets the green light every once in a while. Anderson sets and delivers the 3-0 pitch. That one's in for a strike. 3-1 now to Foss. Anderson working quickly. There's the 3-1 pitch. That one misses up in the zone, and Foss draws a walk. Good patience up there by Foss. Early in the season, it's kind of tough to sit back and find your pitch, but Foss was selective there. Watch 5 go by. Earned a trip down to the first base. So now Nick Ekstrom up. He'll be heading to Bemidji State next year to play for the Beavers. Anderson peeks at one, fires it over there. Foss dives back and is in safe. Fairly good move there by Anderson, something to watch. Eden Prairie sticking in that fairly aggressive shift. Runner takes off on a curveball. Throw down to second is late. Foss is in safe with a steal. Foss's athleticism is definitely one of the underrated aspects of his game. When he's out there at shortstop, it definitely it fixes a lot of woes with the Hawks defense. His range and mobility is elite within the conference and let alone the state. So 0-1 now to Ekstrom. That one's driven fairly hard to deep left field. Foss setting in, and he's thinking about tagging. Throws offline, and he's going to be able to advance here as no one's on third. Good aggressive base running there by Foss. Baited him into a throw. The throw was offline, and now he's on third base with one down.
Now batting. For the Hawks, the right fielder, number 10, Riley Killian.
So Ekstrom with a productive at-bat. Not what he wanted, but the coaching staff will take it, moving that runner over to third now. Brings up Riley Killian, who's starting in right field again tonight. He started there in the opener as well. It's the 0-0 pitch from Anderson. And Killian, check swing. That one sneaks by, and Foss is going to score. 2 runs now for the Hawks on 2 pass balls. Kind of unconventional, but Chaska's making it work. So Foss scores on a pass ball as well as Henry Bushy. They both had a steal after their singles. This time only 1 out, though, for the Hawks. As Killian digs in, Anderson goes back to the windup. And that one misses on the inside edge, 2-0. We'll be right back here tomorrow as well for another game. In case anyone's interested in tuning in or coming on down as Anderson delivers. That one's fouled off the backstop. It's going to bounce back into play. But we've got Waconia coming to town tomorrow night, weather permitting, of course. Hopefully the rain stops early and we can get that one in. It's a 2-1 now. Nobody on the base pass for Riley Killian. Big swing and a miss from the left-hand side of the plate. He wanted all of that one. 4-seamer ran outside the zone, wasn't able to connect. So 2-2 now to Killian. Anderson takes a step off, wants to think about it. And Anderson sets and delivers. Misses. Oh, gets strike 3. Killian thought it might have been a little low, and I tend to agree with him there. So after that strikeout, that's going to be 3 for Brock Anderson on the day. Bringing up Tommy Hansen, probably the best 9-hitter in the conference. Very good center fielder as well out there patrolling for the Hawks. Good speed. Kind of a second leadoff hitter for Coach Bauman. He's going to take that one on the inside edge and just missed. 1-0. Anderson driven deep by Hansen, just barely foul. Looks like it landed about 3 feet foul, 1 hop in the fence. Tommy Hansen was all over that one. Good piece of hitting there by Hansen. Fortunately, wasn't able to hang on tight enough. Stay foul, landed just shallow of the 325 sign out in right field. Lots of territory out there in right field, wide open. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball in the dirt, that one's gonna miss. 2-1 now. Still 2 down. Tommy Hansen's got a very quiet batting stance and quick hands. It's a 2-1 pitch. That one's gonna miss low and away now. 3-1 to Hansen. Anderson sets, and here's the 3-1 pitch with 2 outs. That one misses up and away. Hansen on board. As I mentioned, he's got very good speed. I wouldn't be surprised to see him take off here. So Haugen goes out and visits Anderson. They're going to go over a little bit of a game plan and brings up Carver Miller looking to help himself out, stretch out this Hawks lead. which now sits at 2-0. Miller, the lefty, as I mentioned, I would not be surprised if we see Tommy Hansen take off here on the first pitch. Modest lead from Hansen over at 1. Anderson takes a long look and delivers. Fastball catches the outside edge, 0-1. Miller flew out to shallow center field in his first at-bat. See if he can barrel something up here. Throw over to 1. Tommy Hansen dives back. He's going to be safe. Tag applied by Burns, but it was late. Anderson does have a decent move over to 1. He will keep an eye on the center fielder. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball catches the outside edge. Good pitch. 0-2 now to Carver Miller. Two down. Anderson sets and delivers. Hansen takes off. Hard ground ball hit up the middle. Hit off of Anderson. And Miller's able to leg that one out. It was recovered by the second baseman for Eden Prairie. That was Nick Thompson, but Thompson wasn't able to get the throw out in time as that was a hard hit ball that hit out, ricocheted off. It looked like the ankle of Hansen.
Running for the pitcher, number 1, Carson Atterbury.
And Anderson seems to be okay. It brings out Carson Anderson to run for Carver Miller. So now we have probably the 2 fastest Hawks on the team on the base pass with Carson Atterbury, football player, out there at first base, and Bones Hansen out at center. So it brings up our 2-hitter now, Henry Bushy. Bushy started off the Hawks scoring. He singled up the middle and scored a run later after a steal. And a pass ball. Curveball in for a strike for Anderson. He's got it going now. Henry with another quiet stance in the batter's box. Very quick hands. Good pull power. Atterbury with a very aggressive lead over at first. There's a pitch. Curveball in for strike 2. 0-2 now to Bushy. Anderson's curveball has kind of been his bread and butter tonight. We'll see if he sticks with it. Big shift on the Eden Prairie defense. Bushy can just throw his hands at one. He might be able to get it out into right field. He swings and misses at the curveball that was up in the zone. So Anderson pitches his way out of a little bit of trouble, but not before the Hawks do a little bit of damage. 2-0 Chaska as we head into the top half of the third on CHBN. We'll be right back.
A fly, smaller name horizon, but there's so many rifles my size in the body that can take half of those bodies and make a block. I'm on top of the dead, just to look a giant dead in his eye. And I break, I fall, I crawl. I carry so much weight that you'll probably never believe it. I fade, I fall, stand tall. Some dream of greatness while others stay awake to achieve it. Been the rain through my era, so even if I die for centuries through history, I'm alive.
Schramm House overlooks downtown Chaska and Athletic Park with a variety of indoor and outdoor seating with food and drink. Stop by before or after the game. They have an on-site kitchen with pizzas, Bavarian pretzels, and other delicious food. They're also the perfect venue for your next business or family event. That's Schramm House in Chaska.
We're back here on CHVN for the top half of the third inning. Carver Miller back out on the bump. He's had 2 strong innings so far, just surrendering 1 hit, 1 runner. And that fastball misses just up and away. Eden Prairie's countering with Nick Thompson, their 9-hitter. Thompson, the second baseman. takes that fastball inside 0-2, or 2-0, excuse me. Miller working quick like he likes to do. Fires a fastball. That one's going to be nubbed to short. Handled by Foss. Strong throw over to get the speedy Thompson. One down for the Hawks. So nothing really hit hard here by either team. The hardest hit ball was definitely Tommy Hansen's deep drive to left field that just, or excuse me, right field that just flew just barely out of play. And brings up Luloff, the leadoff hitter. Luloff take that one low and away. He grounded out 5-3 in the first inning. Start the game off. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Miller. Miller misses just outside again with a fastball. Eden Prairie dugout starting to get a little chatter going. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball, that one's nubbed just in play. Miller is going to handle it and fire it over to one. Benson gets it out for the Hawks. Luloff is retired.
The shortstop, number three,
Almost nothing hit hard, as I mentioned, specifically for Eden Prairie. Carver Miller doing a good job with this fastball commanding the zone as Joey Flom digs in. Flom squares up to bunt, sends it down the left field line, but it trickles foul. Flom does have good speed. He flew out to left field in the opening inning. So here's the 0-1 pitch from Miller. Methodical windup there. That one might have overcooked it, sent it into the dirt. 1-1. Miller working quick here from the windup. 1-1 pitch to Flom. Up in the zone, gets Flom swinging. 1-2 now to number 3, the shortstop for Eden Prairie. Miller right back to it. 1-2. One tapped. Benson handles it, flips it over to Miller. Miller retires Flom, and he is out of the inning. He's cruising right now. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We head to the bottom half of the third inning for the Hawks. They are leading 2-0 over Eden Prairie Eagles.
Hi, I'm Emily Rome-Welter of the Rome team with Edina Realty. I'm here today with the Chaska varsity baseball captains because the Rome team is again sponsoring the baseball season. I thought you might want to meet the captains, so let's meet them now.
I'm Nolan Kemp, and I'm a pitcher and outfielder.
My name's Carver Miller, and I'm a pitcher and outfielder.
My name's Henry Bushy, and I'm a shortstop and third baseman.
My name's Drew Benson, and I play first base.
Like the Chaska baseball program, the Rome team is rooted in the community and a tradition of excellence. We wish the team a great season and all the best. Soar Hawks.
We're back here on this chilly night down at Athletic Park in downtown Chaska. Hawks take a 2-0 lead here into the bottom half of the third inning. Drew Benson leading off here for the Hawks, facing up against Brock Anderson, still out on the hill for Eden Prairie as Anderson loses that fastball low and away. 1-0 to Benson. Anderson's curveballs kept the Hawks a little bit off balance so far here tonight. The lefties definitely having a little bit more success than the righties. Seeing that pitch as Benson follows that one straight back right at me into the fence. Bounces back into play, 1-1. Just a little bit easier for those lefties, though, for the Hawks to pick up on that curveball. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Anderson to Benson. Curveball low and away. 2-1 now. Hawks have drawn 2 walks, Tommy Hansen as well as Maddox Foss. Anderson's pitch count is starting to pile up here a little bit in the third as the 2-1 pitch is delivered, and that's a screamer hit into center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Drew Benson, nice piece of hitting there. He got an off-speed pitch, threw the end of the bat out at it, and flared it out into center field. Good at bat there for Benson. That brings up McNaughton. Benson not afraid to take off here from first, even though he is first baseman. Very technically sound base runner. Eden Prairie goes back into their shift as McNaughton digs in. Benson dives back to first, and he's going to be in just under the tag. Benson, a little bit more modest with his lead this time. Anderson, now he extends it. Anderson peaks and delivers a curveball in for a strike one against McNaughton. Eden Prairie does have the aggressive shift onto the left side of the infield. Anything to the right side should skirt through. First baseman Burns holding the base runner. That fastball misses up and away. Haven't seen Chaska take advantage of the shift too much so far tonight. Benson with another lead over at 1. Here's the 1-1. Nope. Over to Benson. Over to Burns at 1. Benson dives back in. He's safe. So still 1-1 here. McNaughton digging in. Anderson peeks over at 1 and sets and delivers curveball. It's going to be in for a strike. The curveball's working. 1-2 now to McNaughton. Be interesting to see the Chaska game plan going forward for the hitters. And Benson takes off. Curveball is in, and it's not going to be in for a strike. Looked like that one just missed on the outside edge, and Benson's in without a throw. So nobody out. Benson on second. McNaughton, the dangerous cleanup hitter. Still at bat. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Anderson. Curveball in for strike number 3. McNaughton didn't necessarily like the call, but looked to be good from here.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 18, Nolan.
So 5 strikeouts for Anderson on the Hawks tonight. The Hawks Miller is yet to strike out an Eden Prairie batter, but none of them have really gotten a good barrel on the ball. So 1 out. No Kemp at the plate. He follows a curveball off down the right field line. Little check swing there from No. 0-1 now with 1 out. Still that big Eden Prairie shift. Benson with a decent sized lead at second. Fastball misses on the outside edge. Anderson works at a much slower pace than Miller for the Hawks. Looks to take his time out on the mound. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's going to be followed off against the backstop here, bounce back into play. 1-2 now to Kemper. It looked like he was sitting on a curveball there and just followed off that fastball. Wouldn't be surprised to see that curveball here now. Anderson takes a second look and then delivers, and that one's going to miss low and away in the dirt. Nice job there by Haugen to block that ball. 2 pass balls have led to the 2 Chaska runs so far tonight. They have scored those on just 3 hits. Anderson takes a step off the mound, peeks back at Benson. Kemper ready. Anderson sets, and here's the 2-2 pitch. Hit hard into the hole. Nolan Kemp finally found the weakness in that shift, and Benson's going to be heading home, and he's going to score on a head-first slide. Big man can move. Benson scores all the way from second on the CNI single there from Nolan Kemp. Just a good veteran piece of hitting. 2-2 deep in the count. Saw something that he couldn't drive, so he just tapped it over to that open right field lane. Good piece of hitting there from No-No. Good running from Benson as well. He got a nice jump and was able to beat the throw in from the first baseman Burns. So No-No now at first. And Foss digging into the batter's box as that curveball misses a low and away. 1-0 to Foss. Eden Prairie sticking with that shift, not as aggressively as last time. Kemper takes off on a fastball. Throw's going to be in, but it's going to be late. Kemper with the steal. Four steals for the Hawks already tonight, taking advantage of the run game on offense. So Foss digging in. 2-0 count. There's a pitch from Anderson. That one's fouled back over the backstop and out of play. So Chaska's marked 1 in each of the opening 3 innings. Looking to add to that total here in the third. Anderson sets. Peeks at Kemper out at second. And delivers to Foss. Curveball is going to get Foss on a swing and miss. 2-2 count, 1 down. Foss sticking in the box. He's ready. Anderson sets, peeks back at count. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball does not sneak into the zone. That one's going to miss up. 3-2, full count now with 1 down. Sounds like our stadium PA is having a little bit of an issue here. Sorry if you catch that. Curveball low and in the dirt. What have we got here? Looks like it was a no pitch. Umpire wasn't ready. What are they calling foul tip? Excuse me. Eden Prairie's coach is out to talk about it. Doesn't like the call. Now the umpires are going to have a little bit of a powwow here to discuss what just took place. Looks like the home plate ump said that Foss got a little piece of it, and they're going to stick with the initial call. So Foss has life. Anderson walking that one off. Let's see if the Hawks can take advantage of it. They've done a good job of it so far. Anderson sets, looks like he was looking for a curveball here. Foss, 3-2. Runner takes off. Kemper slides in under the throw. So we got first and third now with 1 out for the Hawks. Kemper with another steal. Nice slide to the outside half of the base there by Nolan Kemp. Good aggression there, excuse me. My tongue's freezing here in the booth. By the Hawks coaching staff, sending Kemp on that one. First and third always dangerous, specifically in high school baseball. Eden Prairie's got the big shift on. They've got their first baseman Burns holding Foss over at one, so another giant gap on the right side of the field. Foss takes off, and he's going to be in safe at second base as Ekstrom takes that one in for a strike. So 0-1, one out. Runners on second and third. Eden Prairie moving their infield in now. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Curveball catches the inside edge in for a strike. Any sort of hit would be nice here. Just something down the line. Just get a bat on a ball and put it in play. Let the runners move. It's the 0-2 pitch. Tap down the left field line. It's going to sneak out of play. So Ekstrom hanging around. Foss was able to take advantage of that that tip foul and earn a trip to first, and then moved over to second. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Another curveball. That one's low and in the dirt. Ekstrom takes off to first, though he's going to draw a throw. Another throw down, and Kemper's out at home. Kemper thought he was in safe, but the throw to first got retired Ekstrom, and then the fire back home. And Haugen was able to put a tag on Kemper. Kemper didn't like the call. The Hawks are retired here in the third after scoring just one run, with runners on second and third and one out. So we'll be right back here for the top half of the fourth inning. Chaska leading 3-0 on CHBN.
Bank Vista has hit it out of the park while helping small businesses. Bank Vista is honored to share they have been named Minnesota SBA Leader of the Year for 5 years running. In those 5 years, they have helped hundreds of businesses, resulting in thousands of local jobs and economic growth. Bank smart, bank local, Bank Vista. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Cuzzy's Brick House in Chaska is the ideal spot to meet up with family and friends for great food. Watch the big game on 13 HD TVs. Extensive menu features wood fire pizza, chops, ribs, steak, pasta, charbroiled burgers, sandwiches, daily specials, full breakfast menu on the weekend, and country cooking. Cuzzy's Brick House is perfect for large groups, sports teams, or special occasions. Visit Cuzzies.com or join us at Cuzzy's Brick House on Old Highway 212 in Chaska.
We're back here on CHBN for the top half of the fourth inning. I want to thank the Grand Slam Club for presenting this game. Carver Miller back out on the bump and fires his first pitch. That one's going to be fouled back and out of play. He's facing off against number 2 for Eden Prairie. That's Aiden Pfeiffer. He's the 3-hitter for the Eagles and third baseman. Miller continuing to work quick here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's going to miss just outside. 1-1 count now for Miller. No activity in either bullpen. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Four-seamer that runs inside. It's going to be handled over by at third base by Bushy, and he's able to get the throw over to Benson in time. Bushy kind of kicked that one around initially, but kept calm, was able to recover. Fired over a strike to Benson at 1. Miller working again here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's going to be hammered down the left field line, foul. Looks like this is going to be Robelski. Tyler Robelski, the left fielder for the Eagles. flew out to left field in his only plate appearance. And fastball misses outside. 1-1 count, 1 down. Miller working quick, 1-1 pitch, outside again. Ekstrom tried to bring that one back into the frame there, but wasn't able to get the call. Kind of a quiet night down here at Athletic. It is very chilly, even up here in the booth. Not a lot of wind activity as that one's popped up in the infield. Maddox Foss calling for it, and he's going to retire Robelski. Still nothing hit too hard off of Carver Miller. He's done a great job of keeping the pitch count low, getting runners to swing at pitches he wants them to. No strikeouts here for Miller, which is rare. And that one's going to be strike 1 against number 11. That's Jack Nicholas, the DH for Eden Prairie. Miller continuing to work quick. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be in for a strike on the outside edge. Nicholas didn't love it. Umpire bringing Nicholas back into the batter's box here, trying to get this game in quickly before the temp drops anymore. 0-2 pitch from Miller. There's strike 3. There's the first strikeout for Miller that we were looking for, and that was a clean inning from Carver Miller. 3 up, 3 down, nobody on. We'll be right back for the bottom half of the fourth here. Chaska leads 3-0 on CHBN.
Hi, I'm Emily Rome-Welter of the Rome team with Edina Realty. I'm here today with the Chaska varsity baseball captains because the Rome team is again sponsoring the baseball season. I thought you might want to meet the captains, so let's meet them now.
I'm Nolan Kemp, and I'm a pitcher and outfielder.
My name's Carver Miller, and I'm a pitcher and outfielder.
My name's Henry Bushy, and I'm a shortstop and third baseman.
My name's Drew Benson, and I play first base.
Like the Chaska baseball program, the Rome team is rooted in the community and a tradition of excellence. We wish the team a great season and all the best. Soar Hawks.
Welcome back here for the bottom half of the fourth inning. Chaska still leading 3-0. They've marked 1 run in each of the first 3 innings, and Riley Killian is now digging in for the Hawks. He's facing off against Jackson Thielen. Thielen taking over for Brock Anderson. Thielen, a lengthy lefty. Doesn't bring as much velocity as Anderson, but he does throw kind of a little frisbee slider out there. Gets compact in his pitching motion and delivers with good sling, as that one's going to be fouled out of play. So 1-1 now to Killian. He fouled off that slider. Pitching change might be a good thing for the Hawks. I know they are up 3-0, but they haven't hit, or they didn't hit Anderson too hard. There's the 1-1 pitch, and that one's going to be up over Killian's head. Riley's able to duck out of the way of that one. 2-1 now to the right fielder. And that fastball misses just up in the zone. 3-1 now is Jackson Thielen having a little tough time finding the strike zone early. Here's a 3-1 pitch, and that one misses low and away. Killian draws a 5-pitch walk.
The center fielder
that's going to bring up Tommy Bones Hansen. Tommy walked in his only at bat. Killian does have decent speed. Eden Prairie back into a little bit of a modified shift here, this time over to the right side of the infield. And that's a fastball going to be in for a strike on the bottom half of the zone. Killian does have good speed over at 1. Always got to be careful of the lefty move over to first, though. Bones Hansen looked like he was ready to wear that off-speed pitch, but it didn't quite get him. Brave man in this cold weather. 1-1 count now to Bones. Pretty good lead over there for Killian at 1. Bones chops that one down the right field side to the right field side. That's going to be handled by second baseman Nick Thompson. He's going to flip it over to 1 to retire Bones Hansen. That will move Killian on the play, though.
Number 4.
So not what Tommy Hansen wanted, but it was a productive at bat. That brings up leadoff hitter and pitcher Carver Miller. Carver does have a single in this game, probably the hardest hit play inbounds, and then we're going to get a balk call. Thielen looks a little confused. And Killian's awarded third base. So Carver Miller still up at the plate. This time Killian at third. Eden Prairie's infield moves in to get the runner at home. It looks like they're shallow depth. See if Miller can catch another ball hard here. So Thielen sets. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to miss low and away. 2-0 now to Miller. Pass balls have been an issue for Eden Prairie. 2 of the 3 Hawks runs have been scored on pass balls, so keep an eye out for that. Thielen sets. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one's hit hard to right field. Right fielder giving chase, and the snow cone catch out there for Cade Hutchinson on a hard hit ball from Carver Miller, but the run does score, so that's going to bring on Killian. Hawks lead 4-0, tacking on 1 run in each of the 4 now. So a nice sac fly there from Carver Miller. Almost had the right fielder Hutchison burned. Henry Bushy, the 2-hitter for the Hawks, and third baseman now up. And he swings and misses on a fastball upstairs. 0-1. So 2 down for the Hawks. Bushy's trying to start a new rally. There's that frisbee slider that just got in on the outside edge. The 0-2 pitch from Thielen. Another frisbee slider. That one's going to be driven to left field. Left fielder giving chase, and he's able to make the one-handed grab. So Bushy is retired, and the Hawks are done here in the 4th, but not before they scored. 1 more run. 4 runs on 4 hits for the Hawks in this game, and we'll be right back here on CHBN for the top half of the 5th.
Schramm House overlooks downtown Chaska and Athletic Park with a variety of indoor and outdoor seating with food and drink. Stop by before or after the game. They have an on-site kitchen with pizzas, Bavarian pretzels, and other delicious food. They're also the perfect venue for your next business or family event. That's Schramm House in Chaska.
A fly, smaller name horizon, but there's so many rifles, my son's in a body that can take half of those bodies and make a pile. I'm on top of the dead, just to look a giant dead in his eye. I break, I fall, I crawl. I carry so much weight that you'll probably never believe it. I fade, I fall, stand tall. Some dream of greatness while others stay awake to achieve it. Been the rain through my era, so even if I die for centuries through history, I'm alive.
back here on CHBN, taking first pitch in progress as that one's low and in the dirt. 1-0. Carver Miller still out on the bump for the Hawks. Still no activity in either bullpen. There's a 1-0 pitch that's going to be in. Fastball on the up top half of the plate. Let's see here. Looks like Joe Burns is up for the Eagles. There's a curveball low and in the dirt. Burns does have one of the 2 hits for the Eagles. Miller's still working quick. 2-1 pitch. That one's going to be fouled out of play. So 2-2 now for Burns, the first baseman. And that's going to be strike 3. Ekstrom unable to handle it, but he fires a strike over to Benson to retire Burns. Strikeout number 2 now for Carver Miller. Carver's done a great job of keeping the pitch count down. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit down here at Athletic Park. You can see the flags moving out in center field. Cade Hutchison, who made that nice catch in right field last inning, now digging in for the Eagles. Takes a fastball on the inside edge, 0-1. Miller hasn't been overpowering necessarily today, but he has not been hit hard at all. Everything's been right on his spot. Lots of it hits off the end of the bat, lazy pop flies, slow ground balls, and he's back in front here. 1-2 count after that fastball catches the outside edge. And Miller working from the windup. Gets strike 3, so Miller's got 3 strikeouts now on the game, and they have been the last 3 batters. He's starting to catch a little bit of a groove here. Second time through the order.
Number one, Zach Haugen.
It brings up Zach Haugen, catcher. Miller still rolling. Temperatures have dropped a little bit here. It's definitely chilly night out at Athletic Park. And a bunt. Haugen squared up for the bunt and whiffed on it. Looked like a curveball from Miller. Got him. Looked like he was attempting for a little bit of a push bunt there. Something for Benson to keep an eye on over at first. It's the 0-1 pitch. That one's going to be a fastball up in the zone, and they're going to say he went strike 2. Miller looking to strike out the side here. 0-2 count, 2 down. Carver Miller sets and delivers. Tap foul. So Haugen fights that one off. Miller working quickly, looking to get out of this inning, back into the dugout. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be fouled off the backstop and bounce back into play here again. Still 0-2 to Haugen. If Miller can get out of here, and he might be done for the night. We'll see. His pitch count is low, but I know that coaching staff wants to do a little better job of saving some arms here for the Hawks, specifically not knowing what the weather's going to look like. Might have a bunch of games coming up here in short status. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Popped up. Ekstrom giving chase, loses the mask, loses the helmet, settles underneath it, and makes the diving catch as he falls over. So Miller gets out unscathed again with 2 strikeouts and a pop-up to the catcher. We'll be back here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Chaska leads 4-0 on CHBN.
Hi, I'm Emily Rome-Welter of the Rome team with Edina Realty. I'm here today with the Chaska varsity baseball captains because the Rome team is again sponsoring the baseball season. I thought you might want to meet the captains, so let's meet them now.
I'm Nolan Kemp, and I'm a pitcher and outfielder.
My name's Carver Miller, and I'm a pitcher and outfielder.
My name's Henry Bushy, and I'm a shortstop and third baseman.
My name's Drew Benson, and I play first base.
Like the Chaska baseball program, the Rome team is rooted in the community and a tradition of excellence. We wish the team a great season and all the best. Soar Hawks!
We're back here for the bottom half of the 5th inning, and that brings up big Drew Benson, the first baseman. For the Hawks, he's going to be facing off against Jackson Thielen, back out here for his second inning of work after allowing 1 in the 4th. Benson does have a single, and he takes a fastball on the outside edge. Thielen, a little different delivery here. Like I said, he gets real compact, and then he brings that almost a sidearm 3/4 slot delivery. Looks like a sidearm delivery. Sneaky fast fastball and a good frisbee slider that just kind of hangs out there. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Misses on the inside edge. Everything kind of slides across the zone into those right-handed hitters with this delivery. So 2-1 now to Benson. And Benson drives that one into right field. And it's going to be caught. Nice play out there. That was Hutchison again. Made a running play towards the foul line and was able to retire Benson. So now Dane McNaughton hitting for the Hawks as they look to continue the trend of scoring at every inning. Take a peek at the scoreboard. There's a lot of ones up there for the Hawks. And here comes that Eden Prairie shift. Fastball on the inside edge. 0-1. Everybody's bundled up here nicely at Athletic Park as the wind starts to pick, is picking up, as I mentioned. Thielen missed on the outside edge there. And here's the 1-1 pitch. That one flared to center field. Luloff looks like he's under it. He makes a one-handed grab. And McNaughton is retired. So 2 flyouts, and that brings up no count. Kemper does have a single on the night. Looking to spark a little bit of a 2-out rally here for the Hawks. Thielen misses on the inside edge there with a fastball. Here's the 0-1 pitch. In for a strike on the inside edge. So 1-1 now to Kemp. And another miss on the inside half. Two-one now. Thielen sets and delivers. Kemper throws his bat out at it, and that's going to drop in for a single, it looks like. Yes, it does. The shift worked against Eden Prairie again as No Kemp just gets a kind of a little flare out to right field, and it worked out. That can happen, though. You get a veteran hitter out there who knows the situation of the game. He knows how he's got great bat control. Just kind of threw his hands out there at that fastball on the outside edge. Didn't have to hit it too hard. Dropped one in for a single, bringing up Foss. That slider missed on the outside edge. Didn't slide like Thielen needed it to. 1-0 now to Foss. Kemp does have a couple steals on the night, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him take off here. This is a 1-0 pitch, and that one's going to be fouled out of play off the backstop. 1-1 now to Foss. Kemper, modest lead, takes off. Fastball misses the outside edge. And it looks like Haugen doesn't even want to make the throw down to Kemper. So Kemper slides into second, unattested. Runner in scoring position now for Foss, 2-1 count. Thielen peeks at second, delivers. Fastball misses up and away. 3-1 now for one of the Hawks' more dangerous hitters, Foss. Here's the pitch. That one missed on the outside edge. So Foss draws another walk.
Number 14, Extra.
And that's going to go ahead and bring up Nick Ekstrom. First and second for the Hawks, 2 down. They look to bust open this lead here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Ekstrom's got good pull power. Big lead over at 1 for Foss. And that one's going to be foul tipped. Haugen out to talk with Thielen. Maybe trying to get on the right page here, not sure. There's a little miscommunication there as the wind's blowing in from right field now. Ekstrom settles in the box. Foss with a big lead. Curveball misses on the, or slider misses on the outside edge. 1-1. Little bit of activity in Eden Prairie's bullpen now. Looks like Jack Nicholas is up in the bullpen. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Thielen. That one's going to miss up in the zone. 2-1 now. The tempo definitely slowing down here as that one's fouled back off the backstop. 2-2 count, 2 down. Ekstrom looking to break it open for the Hawks. As I mentioned, he's heading to Bemidji State next year. He also plays hockey. Little chatter now from the Hawks dugout, cheering on Eck. He taps that slider foul. So still 2-2 here. And that slider's going to miss inside. 3-2, 2 down. Runners will be rolling on the pitch. Good speed at first for Foss. Great speed at second for Nolan Kemp. Eden Prairie is sticking with the shift. And peek back to Nolan Kemp. Thielen's got to be careful. He does have a balk already. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Eck hammers it up the middle. The shift seems to work there. And yep, Chaska is retired as Nick Thompson was in perfect position standing just behind second base. He's able to fire a strike over to Burns and retire the Hawks. So that's the first inning where the Hawks haven't scored a run. They're going to take a 4-0 lead into the top half of the 6th. We'll be right back here on CHBN.
Bank Vista has hit it out of the park while helping small businesses. Bank Vista is honored to share they have been named Minnesota SBA Leader of the Year for 5 years running. In those 5 years, they have helped hundreds of businesses, resulting in thousands of local jobs and economic growth. Bank smart, bank local, Bank Vista. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Cuzzy's Brickhouse in Chaska is the ideal spot to meet up with family and friends for great food. Watch the big game on 13 HD TVs. Extensive menu features wood fire pizza, chops, ribs, steak, pasta, charbroiled burgers, sandwiches, daily specials, full breakfast menu on the weekend, and country cooking. Cuzzy's Brickhouse is perfect for large groups, sports teams, or special occasions. Visit Cuzzies.com or join us at Cuzzy's Brickhouse on Old Highway 212 in Chaska.
Schramm House overlooks downtown Chaska and Athletic Park with a variety of indoor and outdoor seating with food and drink. Stop by before or after the game. They have an on-site kitchen with pizzas, Bavarian pretzels, and other delicious food. They're also the perfect venue for your next business or family event. That's Schramm House in Chaska.
We're back here on CHBN. Chaska carrying that 4-0 lead here into the top half of the sixth inning. Carver Miller still out on the bump here for the Hawks. He's pitched a gem so far, and he starts it off with a strike to Nick Thompson, the second baseman for the Eagles. I mentioned Eden Prairie came into today 2-0. Chaska 1-0. Obviously, schedule's a little wonky with the weather. There's an off-speed pitch, low and in the dirt, gets Thompson swinging. 0-2 count now for Miller. Both teams have played good baseball earlier this year. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one's going to be tapped over to Benson at first. He handles it and touches the bag. Thompson is retired. So Lulav steps in now for the Eagles, as Chaska does have a little bit of activity up in the bullpen. Looks like Steinhoff's up. Is 6'9" lefty getting stretched out just in case. Miller sets and delivers. That's a fastball up in the zone. Gets a swinging miss from Lulav, the leadoff hitter, center fielder for the Eagles. Miller working quick. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's going to be hammered into left field. Nolan Kemp there playing shallow. Didn't have to move. Nice job there for No Kemp. Brings up Joey Flom. Played a little softball with his dad back in the day. He's a great athlete. Not surprising to see Joey starting at short for the Eagles. And Miller missed 0-1 on that first pitch. Or excuse me, 1-0. That one's going to be followed back, evening the count at 1 here for Miller. The chill has definitely picked up here down at Athletic. Miller gets his pitch. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Flom throws his hands at it. Kemper's got it settled. One-handed catch. Hawks are out of the sixth very quickly and cleanly. Good job there for Carver Miller battling out of that sixth. We'll be back here for the bottom half of the sixth inning. Chaska leading 4-0 over Eden Prairie on CHBN.
Hi, I'm Emily Rome Welter of the Rome team with Edina Realty. I'm here today with the Chaska varsity baseball captains because the Rome team is again sponsoring the baseball season. I thought you might want to meet the captains, so let's meet them now.
I'm Nolan Kemp, and I'm a pitcher and outfielder.
My name's Carver Miller, and I'm a pitcher and outfielder.
My name's Henry Bushy, and I'm a shortstop and third baseman.
My name's Drew Benson, and I play first base.
Like the Chaska baseball program, the Rome team is rooted in the community and a tradition of excellence. We wish the team a great season and all the best. Soar Hawks.
I'm always a winner. This is David and Goliath. View me as a fly, smaller name horizon, but there's so many rivals. My son's in a body that can take half of those bodies and make a block. I'm on top of the deck, just to look a giant dead in his eye. And I break, I fall, I crawl. I carry so much weight that you'll probably never believe it. I fade, I fall, stand tall. Some dream of centuries through history, I'm alive.
Schramm House overlooks downtown Chaska and Athletic Park with a variety of indoor and outdoor seating with food and drink. Stop by before or after the game. They have an on-site kitchen with pizzas, Bavarian pretzels, and other delicious food. They're also the perfect venue for your next business or family event. That's Schramm House in Chaska.
We're back here on CHBN for the start of the bottom half of the 6th inning as Riley Killian takes that one up and away for a ball. He walked in his last at-bat. Eden Prairie does have a new pitcher on the mound. It's Jack Nicholas. Righty throwing a little bit more velocity as he gets a fastball up in the zone. Killian swings and misses on that one. 1-1 count. He will come back with a Nicholas will come back with a changeup a curveball as well. But I think that he mostly likes to stick with a four-seamer as that one missed low and inside. Killian, as I mentioned, walked in his last at-bat, also struck out in his first at-bat, puts a big swing on that one, unable to connect. Looks like Steinoff will be in for Miller. His job's probably done for the night. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one's going to miss out up and away. 3-2 now. And here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball fouled straight back into the net. Still 3-2 here. So Nicholas working from the windup, delivers, and that fastball is going to miss outside. Killian draws a nice walk there. Battle off a fastball down the middle and then drew that walk. That brings up Tommy Hansen. Bones has had a nice night so far with a walk and a sac fly. A sac ground ball. He squares up to bunt, pulls it back. Killian dives back to first. 0-1 count as that one missed outside. So Steinoff looks like he's ready out in the bullpen for the Hawks. Nicholas sets and delivers the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to be in the dirt. Killian takes off on the pitch, throws in, and it's a little late. Nice throw, though, by Haugen. So Killian's moved to second base on that. Ball in the dirt. Good speed from Riley Killian, right fielder. 0-2 now to Bones Hansen. 0-3 as that one's going to sneak past Haugen. The Hawks can tack on one or two more here. That might be it. Nicholas having trouble finding the strike zone, which is understandable, being that it's 35 degrees out, and he was DHing most of the night, sitting in the dugout. That's going to draw a swing and a miss on the 3-0 pitch from Tommy Hansen. Looked like he had the green light there. There's the 3-1 pitch. That one catches the outside edge. Hansen thought he might have had a walk there. So now Nicholas seems to have found the zone a little bit. And that one misses on the inside edge. Tommy Hansen over to first. So first and third, that brings up our starting pitcher, Carver Miller, who's had a heck of a game so far here tonight, looking to add to it. Good speed on the base pass here for the Hawks. Their center fielder and right fielder, Killian and Hansen. Hansen with a decent lead over at one. He dives back in under a tag. Quick move from Nicholas. Looks like Hansen might have tweaked something on the dive back here. He's rubbing his shoulder a little bit. Looks like he's okay to stay in the game. So Hansen gets his lead again, takes off. Fastball on the inside edge. In for a strike. Hansen advances to second on the pitch, no throw. So 0-1 now to Miller. That one's going to be fouled off, back on auto play. 0-2 to Miller. Good speed on first and second. Eden Prairie's defense straight up. One of the rare occasions where they've been straight up tonight. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one's going to be a ball down in the dirt. Good job there by Haugen to knock that one sideways, keeping Killian from scoring there. So 1-2 now to Miller. Runner still at second and third. He swings and is unable to connect. Haugen sets and fires a strike over to first base. Miller is retired after striking out in the drop ball. So Miller unable to help himself out there, but that brings up Henry Bushy, the two-hitter. Bushy started the Hawks scoring in the first inning. Eden Prairie goes infield in, and they move to the shift, so their second baseman standing on the left side of the infield. First baseman Burns is playing in halfway in between first and second as Bushy swings and misses at the off-speed curveball. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Bushy. That one misses low. Good job there by Haugen. Drop to the knees, get the chest protector in front of that one. 1-1 count now for Bushy. Nicholas gets his pitch, working from the windup. That one's hammered into left field deep. And that's going to off the top of the wall. Bushy almost had himself a home run, but it will knock in two as he gets to second on that double. Henry Bushy opening things up here for the Hawks. Big time swing, caught probably 3/4 up the wall, almost out of here. So 2 runs scored on that double by Henry Bushy, busting the lead open to 6-0 here for the Hawks, and that brings up Drew Benson. Eden Prairie's infielders have retreated back to standard depth, but they stay in that shift as a curveball is in for strike one. Wouldn't be surprised to see Benson go to the opposite field here with that big gap over there. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Check swing on a curveball that missed outside. So Nicholas sets and delivers the 1-1 pitch. Inside misses. Benson, good hand action there to hold back. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Nicholas, low and in the dirt. And nope, Bushy decides against taking off. Probably a smart play. Haugen did a good job there knocking that one down. So 3-1 now to Benson. That one misses low and away as well. Benson draws a walk. Brings up the Hawks cleanup hitter, Dane McNaughton. So Haugen's taking a little mini trip out to the mound here, discuss things with Nicholas. Again, I want to thank all of our sponsors here tonight, Pitch to Pitch, Rome Team Realty, Bank Vista, Cuzzies, Schramm House Brewing, everyone that contributes towards the Grand Slam Club, thank you for bringing tonight's action. I want to thank Shields as well. And we will get a quick sub here. Isaac Wicker out there, pitch running for Benson. As McNaughton digs in with one out. And curveball misses low and away. Nice job again by Haugen. Haugen's getting a workout behind the dish this inning. So Nicholas working from the stretch. Peeks at second and delivers. That fastball missed low in the zone as well. 2-0 for McNaughton. And throw back to second. Nothing brewing. Bushy's able to dive back in head first safe. Steinhoff, who looked ready, is starting to warm up again here for the Hawks, trying to stay warm with this prolonged inning. There's a 2-0 pitch up in the zone, gets a swinging strike from McNaughton. So Steiner, the 6'9 lefty, is back up in the bullpen. And there's a fastball strike, 2-2 now to McNaughton. Steiner's heading to Iowa Central Community College to continue his baseball career next year. So 2-2 now for Nicholas. He gets his pitch. Sets, peeks back at second, and delivers. Fastball up in the zone again. McNaughton swings and misses, and McNaughton's retired. And that brings up Nolan Kemp. Kemper, who reached on a little flare his last at-bat out to right field, looking to do it again. So 2 down, runners on first and second here for the Hawks. Eden Prairie still in that shift. Curveball misses low and away. One and 0 count now for no Kemp. Eden Prairie's back to standard depth, no shift. And fastball catches the outside edge in for a strike, even in the count at 1. And Nicholas delivers. Curveball misses on the inside edge. 2-1 count now for Kemp. The 2-1 pitch, that's hit hard, straight at Flom at second base, though, and he's going to take it to second and retire the Hawks. So we'll be back here for the top half of the 7th inning. Chaska leading 6-0 over Eden Prairie here on CHBN.
Bank Vista has hit it out of the park while helping small businesses. Bank Vista is honored to share they have been named Minnesota SBA Leader of the Year for 5 years running. In those 5 years, they have helped hundreds of businesses, resulting in thousands of local jobs and economic growth. Bank smart, bank local, Bank Vista. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Cuzzies Brick House in Chaska is the ideal spot to meet up with family and friends for great food. Watch the big game on 13 HD TVs. Extensive menu features wood fire pizza, chops, ribs, steak, pasta, charbroiled burgers, sandwiches, daily specials, full breakfast menu on the weekend. And country cooking, Cuzzies Brick House is perfect for large groups, sports teams, or special occasions. Visit Cuzzies.com or join us at Cuzzies Brick House on Old Highway 212 in Chaska.
View me as a fly, smaller name horizon, but there's so many rifles, my son's in a body that can take half of those bodies and make a block. I'm on top of the dead, just to look a giant dead in his eye. I break, I fall, I crawl. I carry so much weight that you'll probably never believe it. I fade, I fall, stand tall. Some dream of greatness while others stay awake to G, living the rain through my era. So even if I die for centuries through history, I'm alive.
We're back here for the top half of the 7th inning. I'm Mike Schmidt, joined by my producer, Brett. Happy to have you here on CHBN as the Chaska Hawks have a 6-0 lead over the Eden Prairie Eagles. Hopefully we can close this one out here as Anthony Steinoff. We get our first look at him, the 6'9" lefty for the Hawks. He takes the hill, taking over for Carver Miller, who wins 6 innings, struck out 4, allowed 1 hit, no runs. Steinoff working quick. And that one, fastball misses just inside. Aiden Pfeiffer is hitting for the Eagles. Their 3-hitter and third baseman. He flew out to center field and hit into and grounded out to third as well. As that one's going to be in for a strike. 1-1 count now. Steinhofer found the zone. So Steinoff, as I mentioned, 6'9" lefty, heading to Iowa Area Community College next year. The 1-1 pitch that's going to be tapped down the right field line. It's going to trickle foul. What happened here? So the runner was awarded first. I'm trying to get a little clarity here. Not exactly sure what happened there. Seemed pretty cut and dry that it was a foul ball. Looking might have hit the batter though. I'm just going to assume it was a hit by pitch, I guess. No real explanation. And that brings up Rubalski. Steinoff misses on the outside edge there. Tough break there for Steiny to start. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Rubalski. That's going to be a fastball in for a strike. So Steinoff throws from about a 3/4 slot. Works primarily out of the stretch. I would say exclusively out of the stretch. Used out of the bullpen almost exclusively as well here for the Hawks. Here's a little tapper, just fair. A fire to second base and retiring the lead runner. Nice play there by Ekstrom behind the dish, recognizing the situation, understanding he had time. And he fired a strike down to Foss at second base.
The pitcher, Jack Nicklaus.
So 1 down now, running on first. Hawks looking to close this one out. A 6-0 lead over Eden Prairie. Little bit of activity in Chaska's bullpen. I doubt we'll get there though. Steinoff sets. He's facing an Eden Prairie's pitcher now, Jack Nicklaus. Nicklaus fires that one out of play. Eden Prairie really doesn't have a hard hit ball so far yet today. It's been good pitching by the Hawks. Combination of Steinoff and Carver Miller doing most of the work. As that fastball misses on the outside edge, 1-1. And here's the 1-1 pitch. He sets and delivers. That's hit hard back at Steinoff. He gets a glove on it, knocks it down, and fires it over to Benson at first. And Nicklaus is retired. So with 1 out remaining here, Chaska looks to close this one out. There is a runner on second, but with a 6-0 lead, Chaska's in good shape. That'll bring up Joe Burns for Eden Prairie as their last hope. For anyone wondering at home, we will be right back here tomorrow night at 6 p.m. again. The game got moved forward an hour just due to weather, as the Hawks, who should be 2-0, face off against Waconia. Steiny gets a strike one there, and he's fired up about it. So 0-1 count now to Joe Burns. And a little frisbee curve there. Might have been a circle change. Steinhoff is feeling himself out on the mound. He's looking good right now. And here's the 0-2 pitch with 2 down. That one misses up and away. Maybe a little bit of a throwaway setup pitch there for Steiny. So 1-2 now to Burns. Steiny sets and delivers. Fastball misses just low in the zone. Dugout wanted that one. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball gets him, and Steiny's fired up. He's yelling at Eden Prairie's dugout. So Chaska gets the W, 6-0 here on Tuesday, on a cold Tuesday night. I am going to go thaw out, and I'll be back here 6 o'clock tomorrow when the Hawks take on the Waconia Wildcats here on CHBN. I do have to thank the Rome team at Rome Team Real Estate of Edina Realty, Schramm House, Shields, Edina Realty, Pitch to Pitch, Cuzzies, and of course Lawn Hand and the fellas down at Bank Vista. Thank you all for joining me, Mike Schmidt. I'm joined by, as